So perimenopause has made me stop doing a lot of things that I thought were healthy. Hi, I'm Gina Liberty, and this is Perimenopausal Chats, and I'm here to just chat about all the things that I stopped doing. Well, maybe not all of them, because this memory up here will not allow me to remember all the things right now. But if we open up conversations, I feel like that helps us to massage the memory and help us to think about things that have happened in the past. Or if we listen to somebody else's story, it does jog memories. So let's just start a conversation about things that, that I can remember that I have stopped. Perimenopause has made me stop doing. We tend to get older and wiser. And I know we heard this growing up so many times. Older equals wiser. And I do agree. Because I feel like I am wiser and I am getting older. So they're related. The one thing that I noticed that perimenopause made me stop doing is undereating. Undereating backfires so badly, especially now in this stage of life, because our body needs fuel. And if you've been listening to me very long at all, you will know that I am a proclaimed protein pusher. It is important for so many reasons. We need our muscles. We need that strength as we get older. And it helps to support our body and the bone density. And it just is good for so many things. And we need to preserve our muscle. And the way we do that is by protein. And so now, I know a lot of people don't want to count calories. They don't want to do macros. They don't really want to do any of that. But here's the problem with that. You first have to become aware of where you are with your protein intake, with your calorie intake, to kind of make sure that you are supporting your body and your mind and your hormones as best as you can, as best as you are able to. So if you do not know where you're at, how do you know where you need to go and how much you need to get there? You don't have to do it forever. Promise me. Promise me? I don't know where that came from. I promise you. I'm just rolling with it. Anyway, I promise you that you don't have to do it forever. You don't have to track forever. I think my first client, she opted to send me pictures of what she was eating so we could tell where she was at. She was eating 9 grams of protein for breakfast. We got her over 30 within, I don't know, it was a very short amount of time. A couple of months, a month. She got up there pretty quickly just by making a few tweaks that were easy for her to do, that she thought she could easily just fit into her schedule with what she had. We didn't do any major reworks or whatever, because we know that if you're going to do that, it tends to not stick as well. So if you take what you're already doing and you just make a couple of tweaks, easy tweaks for you, then you can get to where you want, right? So eating less does not work. It might have used to have worked when you were younger. When I was younger, it did work for a minute. I ate less and I worked out more, and it worked because our metabolism and our bodies are in a much different place at this age, at this stage of life, perimenopause and beyond. So that is one thing that perimenopause made me quit doing. The other one is what I just touched on, was the endless, crazy cardio. I was raised in the era of cardio. Just do more cardio. And I did all the cardio. I didn't do any strength training back then. I wish I knew then what I know now about strength training, because the amount of strength and the amount of muscle and bone density that I would have now would be different. But that's okay. We don't know what we don't know, right? So that's another thing that perimenopause has made me stop doing. It has also made me stop chasing quick fixes. The wisdom comes in here too, right? It doesn't do our body any good to chase all of those things, because we think that we're going to get a quick fix, and nothing is a quick fix. If it is a quick fix, it is not sustainable. Might work for a minute for what you want, but is not going to be sustainable and is not going to stick, right? I'm talking about supplements, magic pills, trends, like the vibration plates and the rebounders. Now, no, don't get me wrong. I do have a rebounder. It's a mini trampoline. Come on. But I also feel like I have lipedema, so I think that helps with the lymphatic drainage. That's why I have it. Not to lose weight, because most women are wanting to lose the weight as they get older. Me, I am a fat loss chaser. I want to lose the fat. I don't care about weight. They're two different things. But anyway, that is what I stopped chasing all that stuff, because I know that it doesn't work long term. And where I'm at now, our body, our minds, our hormones, they need stability, they need consistency, and that is why you stick with the foundations and why I coach like I coach. Because the foundations, if you do not have a solid, strong foundation set, all of the rest of that stuff doesn't matter. It could be supplemental later, depending on what you want it for. But if you do not have that solid foundation set with those healthy habits, it will not stick. It will not stay. It will not do anything for you. So I will always preach the foundations, because that is what is going to hold you up. Just like a house. House has to have a foundation. It keeps it up. If you have a bad, faulty foundation, the house is going to fall in eventually, right? Another thing that I stopped, perimenopause had me stop, however you want to say that, is the idea of harder is better, meaning pushing yourself harder to do more, it seems pretty extreme to me if we do this route. Harder is not better. Harder is not better. We don't need more discipline. We don't need more restriction. We need better support. We need support for our mind, body, and hormones. That is what I am here for. That is what I want to get out there, is because we go all of our lives thinking one way, and it is hard to kind of rewire how we think. But if we start by one thing and we do it and we notice how we feel, we will realize that those things are not true anymore, and we need a different thing now, which is support. We need the support for our body. One other thing that I stopped in perimenopause is thinking that weight loss has to feel miserable. How many of you have tried to lose weight and it is absolutely misery? Misery, whether it's because you're doing something so extreme, you are doing all of that cardio and you have no time to get it in, you are eating less and less and not enjoying it and thinking, what is the point? It doesn't have to feel miserable. If it feels miserable, you're not going to keep doing it, right? You want to find something that works for you. You want to find sustainable habits that work for you. You want steady progress. You want to feel better in your body. You want to have a clearer mind, sleep better, lose the weight, the excess weight that's come on and you don't know where it came from overnight. You want to fit in those pants again. You want to just go in your closet, pick clothes that you love, put them on, and walk out, not even a second thought about it. It is achievable. It is achievable. You can do it. You just have to find something that works for you and your body and your lifestyle, your likes and your dislikes. And that is why hiring a coach is the best option, because you get there faster and you have somebody on the outside looking in who can kind of basically, like that saying, read the label. You can't read the label from inside the jar. So somebody outside can see all of these things and help you. They can see your lifestyle. They can see your likes and your dislikes. They can help you to form a plan for you that fits your schedule, that fits your lifestyle, that fits your likes and dislikes. It is all custom to you, because what works for you, what works for me might not work for you, and vice versa. And there might be a time and place where you find that you do have to do something a little more, I don't want to use the word extreme because I preach against extremes, but sometimes you have to be more, I don't want to say restrictive either. But you might find that your combination is a little bit that way, and that's okay. Because when you finally start feeling like, whoa, I feel much better, I'm sleeping much better, I can fit into my pants again, I have more energy to do whatever I want during the day, to get my chores done, to run the kids here or there, my grandkids, or whatever the case may be, you start feeling it and you're like, oh, this is the combination that my body needs. Some women, it's just getting up your protein. Some women, it's taking a daily walk outside. Some women, it's drinking all their water for the day. It just depends on you and your body and how your body reacts to certain things. So I just want you to sit and think about that a little bit, because sometimes progress starts with what you stop doing. That's a thing. If you stop doing a certain thing, the excess cardio, the pushing harder, the not eating enough, all of those things, if you stop doing something like that, you could see progress right then. Perimenopause isn't about doing more. It's not. It's about doing what actually supports your body now. And that can change, and it has changed over the years, and it is changing now, and it could change down the road. But right now, you find the thing that actually supports your body and makes you feel the things that you want to feel. Right? Yeah. So, I feel like this is going to be just a short thing because, I don't want my videos to be too long, my vlogs, whatever you want to call them. I want to start conversations about this. So tell me if there's something that you think that is hindering your progress right now based on what you just heard. Or if you know there's something that supports your body and you're having a hard time just staying with it. Maybe you just need that one little tweak that will help you keep going with it. So until next week, remember that something is always better than nothing, and that something can be very small. It doesn't matter how small it is. It is small and powerful, and it can make a huge difference in your life. So keep going, and we will chat soon.